In this lecture, I'm going to introduce you to three basic elements of music: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Let's start talking about melody. When you listen to music like this one I have here, let's listen. Well, you don't have to listen too much, but you can identify if you already have heard it. You can also memorize the music, and you can know the music. For example, this music is Smile melody from Charlie Chaplin. So when you can identify the music, this is what melody does. And if you have a lyrics, you can also sing this music as many times as you want. I always say that the melody is like the DNA. Each music has its sound, and inside the melody you can find harmony and the rhythm. Let's understand what harmony is. When we talk about harmony, we usually think about chords. Chords and chord progression. In a certain way, it's correct. First of all, let me introduce you what is chord. Chord is when we talk more than one note together, even together or an arpeggio, one after the other, but giving the same meaning. So in a certain way, it's correct to think of melody and harmony connected. However, chords are related to scales and also related to the melody. So everything is connected. Harmony reinforces the melody idea and gives more emotion to the composition by combining different sounds that fit together. To better understand harmony, it's necessary to understand the physics of sounds and how different notes sound better when played together and others not. Let's consider, for example, this interval between a C and a G. This is a perfect fifth interval. And this is a diatonic distance between two notes. And diatonic means in the same key. Here we have the key of C major. We are going to talk about this later. But the C major scale is this: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again. All of them are on the white keys of the keyboard. And in next class, we are going to talk about the notes. Don't worry about this right now. We'll come back to this later. So you can feel that this distance between C and G, it sounds good when we hear. So we call this consonance. Now listen to another interval. I'll play C and D together. And you can feel that it's not the same mood. Listen, this, here we have a dissonant sound, and here we have a consonant sound. So when we are building chords, we are going to talk about this, combining notes that are consonants and give a meaning to the music, and adding tensions which are dissonance. That gives also a good mood to the music. When we are talking about pop music, jazz, we use lots of dissonances. So harmony is about that. Finally, let's talk about rhythmic. What is rhythmic? In a melody, each note has a different duration, and the way they are disposed and repeated give us the meaning of rhythm. For example, if you have a valse, a samba, or salsa, they are different examples of rhythm. When we are talking about rhythm, we talk about beat, bar, and time signature. So we are going to talk about this later. For now, it's important to recognize the three pillars of music. See you in the next lecture.